With all the talks of skill-based matchmaking, hardcore versus casual players, meta talks going on, I figure now would be a perfect time to put out this video. Today I want to talk about player profiles and how knowing yours can help you find more enjoyment out of the game, as well as understanding others who may enjoy the game for entirely different reasons than you. As a brief starting note, I'm basing these profiles on the expertly crafted player profile types of the Magic the Gathering by Mark Rosewater. I'll leave a link to the article in the description, but to succinctly explain it, there are three major types of players on the card game Magic the Gathering. So when the devs of Magic are making a new card, they try to keep in mind who they are going to be designing the card for. This helps create experiences that will be fun for all players. So in this video, I'll be relating the player types of Magic the Gathering to the player types of Destiny. The first player type is Timmy. In Magic, Timmy likes to win big. He doesn't want to eke out a last-minute victory. Timmy wants to smash his opponents. He likes his cards to be impressive, and he enjoys playing big creatures and big spells. The phrase there, "he likes his cards to be impressive," is a very easy one to translate into Destiny. Have you ever looked at a weapon before seeing the stats or perks and gone, "Oh yeah"? For example, Dreg's Promise. Just look at this thing. It's like a potato freshly farmed from Satan's garden. Dragon's Breath. This looks like a World War II bomber, and it makes fire! The seasoned player could use these guns for a very small amount of time and then toss them into the bin because they know of better, less flashier options. But Timmy doesn't really know or care about high variance weapons and why you should be going for as much consistency as possible. He just wants to watch a dreg burn from Dragon's Breath, or kill some shanks with a Nova Bomb, even though that is way too much overkill. He also might not take the time to research why his loadout is suboptimal. Another quote directly from Timmy's profile is that one of the misconceptions is that Timmy has to be young. While it's true that younger players are more apt to fall in this category, players of any age can be a Timmy. What sets Timmy apart from the other two profiles is that Timmy is motivated by fun. He plays Magic because it's enjoyable. Timmy is very social, and an important part of the game is just sitting around and playing with friends. Replace Magic with Destiny, and that quote absolutely rings true with Timmy player types in Destiny. The important thing to take away is that he will have fun in his own way, just like all of the other player types. He may not get to the lighthouse or clear the raid, but whatever he does is completed with a childlike fascination and enthusiasm. It should be noted that this player type and all others in this video place some importance on winning. However, winning doesn't necessarily only apply to PvP. It can simply be having a fun and successful time in PvE. The last point I want to make about Timmy is that he might not be looking up information about the game. Chances are a primarily Timmy player type will never see this video because he will never really have questions that lead him to other sources of information. The second player type is Johnny. From the article, Johnny is the creative gamer whom Magic is a form of self-expression. Johnny likes to win, but he wants to win with style. It's very important to Johnny that he wins on his own terms. As such, it's important to Johnny that he is using his own deck. Playing Magic is an opportunity for Johnny to show off his creativity. The easiest way to describe a Johnny in Destiny is someone who sees the meta in PvP, recognizes why it's good, and throws it out the window in favor of a sick Plan C kill. As stated, the game becomes more of a form of self-expression, so if there's a weapon loadout or particular class build that helps them fulfill the fantasy of their character, then they'll go for it every time. For example, a player could see that Night Stalkers with Shadestep and Envenom are a great, consistent way to play PvP, but that doesn't interest them. They want to play like a true hunter. They want to analyze how their opponents are playing during a match and then lay traps for them with Predator Shadow Shot and Snare Smoke Bombs. They may only get to live out that fantasy once or twice per game, but every engagement where they come out on top with a perfectly placed trap makes the match for them. Winning by doing this is even better. True Vanguard at the MLG Supremacy Tournament running Defender Titan and Plan C is the pinnacle example I can give of this. Sure, his team didn't win, but wasn't it awesome seeing him completely dismantle other players that were playing the meta? It didn't happen often enough to eke out a victory, but when it did happen, it was glorious. That moment is what a typical Johnny player is looking for. The third player type is Spike. From the article, Spike is the competitive player. Spike plays to win. Spike enjoys winning. To accomplish this, Spike will play whatever the best deck is. Spike will copy decks off the internet. Spike will borrow other players' decks. To Spike, the thrill of Magic is the adrenaline rush of competition. Spike enjoys the stimulation of outplaying the opponent and the glory of victory. This should be pretty self-explanatory in relating it to Destiny, since every game has their spikes, and at some point in every gamer's career, they grow Spike-like qualities. The players spending hours doing sweats? Spikes. The players who have no attachment to a particular class, only what is most likely to succeed in the current PvP meta? Spike. The guy who will spend hours theory crafting the best DPS strategies for PvE bosses? Datto, but also Spike. Of course, no one is purely one of these three. Even the most die-hard Timmy has a competitive streak that will warrant putting down the cool-looking gun in favor of something that they know will help them kill something better. A Johnny can eventually get tired of role-playing and toss something on that's more consistent. And even Spikes like to unwind with a weird loadout one of their more Johnny friends was raving about. No one, absolutely no one, is purely one player type at all times. The point is, we all do kind of fit into these categories when playing Destiny, or any game for that matter. Recognizing your own playing patterns can help you find or fit in with a new group of players, or it could help you understand where someone else is coming from when they're talking about Destiny. So when you're having a conversation with someone on the benefits of skill-based matchmaking over connection-based matchmaking, and you realize that they don't share the same views as you, maybe it's because you two simply play the game for entirely different reasons. I myself, in both Magic and Destiny, am a Johnny, and a little bit of a Spike. I don't really like playing the meta in PvP. It feels way more fun to use the Trespasser or some other weapon loadout and try to find weaknesses in people playing the meta. But I also really enjoy winning. That helps me analyze what maybe I did wrong in a PvP match, so I can work on it next time. In PvE, I won't be seeking out the best possible rolls on armor and weapons, or even put raid armor on in the raid. I'd much rather let my hunter keep his same looks, since the fantasy and identity of him is more important than some extra damage or utility in an encounter. I guess the point of all this is to help you figure out how you and those you play with like to play games. One of my favorite moments of gaming was coming to the realization of this when playing Magic. I was a super competitive player in the EDH format. If you know anything about that, then you understand how completely degenerate that format can be. Another player at the table was playing Zedru, and at some point in the game I remarked to that player, "Hey, why don't you just swing with your creature to kill that other player and put yourself in a better position to win?" And he responded with, "I don't do direct damage." That was one of the most perfect moments of clarity in my entire gaming career, because I realized that 4 people were sitting at a table playing a game, and some of us weren't even playing the same game. And that's awesome. From that point on, I found Destiny, and every game for that matter, to be way more enjoyable when I understand why my friends or opponents enjoy playing it. Hopefully, this can help you too. And I know this video has been a little bit experimental, but it's one of the new video types I wanted to try where I can relate to other games, or dev concepts to Destiny. If you enjoyed it or have any criticisms, feel free to let me know in the comments. I might do more stuff like this in the future. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.